What's up, Pandeez?
You're listening to the Pandesoul podcast.
Join us as we unpack the flavors of being Filipino
and American. We're your hosts, Dre Magix, the fictitious professor, and EJ Villaman.
And we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pandesoul podcast, also known as the Gap podcast. Gago and Pangit, Guapo and Pogi, Gangster and Prankster. What are the other ones?
Giniling and Pansit.
Pen, Pineapple, Apple podcast. We're your hosts. Oh, I should have told you before. We should say our own names. So the voices, they know who which.
Oh, right. That's
yeah.
I'm fictitious professor.
No, she's not.
We're your hosts. I'm the Dre Magix.
I'm EJ Villaman.
I'm the fictitious professor.
And we are here with our amazing special guest today, Anil Ratanchandani.
Hello.
Did I get it right?
Almost.
Fuck. Ratanchandani.
There you go.
There you go.
You got it.
Man. Okay. So can we just? Your last name is very cool. How hard was it growing up with that?
It was the worst. Like, especially like in kindergarten where you're like writing your name.
Wow.
First of all, I was the only left-handed one, so
I'm left-handed
Hey,
too.
same.
it was like
Hey,
such a struggle because
majority.
you're
I'm
like,
fake. I'm left-handed one.
Yeah.
Well, good for you guys.
and then I'd always submit my tests late because I'm still on my name and all my classmates are already answering the test.
Dang.
So I'm always like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Especially if their name is like April Wu, you know?
Shout out to
Yeah.
April Wu.
Yeah.
Shout out to April Wu wherever you are.
are.
I'll be watching you.
Be watching Woo?
Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
Woo girls.
Maybe that's where I got it from.
Yeah. So like, are you full Filipino?
Indian. My father's Indian, so Filipino and Indian.
Okay,
nice.
but culturally
Filipino, yeah.
Yeah. So I sent you two topics. I don't know. I still don't know which one to do. Let's do beauty pageants. So,
okay. No.
our topic for this episode is beauty pageants, and I know it's kind of like off kilter from what we usually talk about, but like when Englishing is hard.
Tagalog.
Tagalog is harder.
Spanish.
And then EJ is harder than them.
hardest.
The hardest. When else would we get an expert on beauty pageants? See,
true.
I made it through.
Oh my goodness.
I've met Neil because we are both currently working on a beauty pageant together on the production side. We're too handsome to compete. Anyway. So what is your experience, like your background with this whole world? Because Filipinos are actually really into the scene of beauty pageants, right?
I know, and it's so funny because you're like expert. I am not an expert. Like this
In
is
this
my,
room,
like,
you're the expert.
Right.
You're so modest.
this is like my second pageant.
Yeah,
So,
but producing it.
I mean, yeah, it's the first time. That's why it's fun for me because everything's different.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you're asking like how much you know about pageants,
Right.
I mean, who doesn't know anything about pageants? Especially if you grow up in the Philippines, it's like the Olympics.
That's true.
Oh, that's
Like-
great.
I will say I knew nothing about beauty pageants until working on this one.
Really?
Oh.
I saw, from what I knew about beauty pageants, I saw Miss America and Miss Universe once growing up.
Uh-huh.
And that was when my mom was like, "There's Filipino here," and then all the TikToks that make fun of I'm from Calabasas, California, like all that stuff,
You haven't seen any binibining Filipina or like Miss
No.
Congeniality?
like the movie.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No,
How about the second one?
yeah, I saw the
You're
second.
missing out.
Yeah, so why is it so big in the Philippines or FilAm community here?
I think
is it
both. I think anywhere Filipino.
Uh-huh.
I don't know actually. I think I do know, but then I'm gonna get into a boring tangent.
No, let's do it. No, that's what we want because like
No, so it's just like, I mean, you think about it. It was part of pop culture so early into the time where the Philippines was modernizing as a society. Like, 60s, 70s, suddenly everybody was talking about pageants and there was such big support from the government. Remember, like, even we hosted Miss Universe in the 1970s. So there was, and then you can see it in movies. There's a movie called Ikaw ang Miss Universe ng buhay ko, or something. Or is that a song?
wow,
That's a
you're
song.
That's a
That's
song.
hold
good
on.
song.
That's a great. You're the Miss Universe of my life.
Yeah, I said it to
Yeah.
everyone.
And then there's
Dude.
a movie, Ang Pinakamagandang Hayop sa Balat ng Lupa. And it
You're the
starred
most
Miss
beautiful animal
Universe creature. I
in the
guess.
skin of a wolf. That's not right. That's
no,
not right. What is
Lupa is not wolf.
Yeah.
Lupin. Sorry.
Bruh.
Wolf. Nice.
What is the direct translation for that?
Lupa is like Earth.
Yeah, you're the most beautiful
Oh.
creature on this earth.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So so
Take your
those
classes.
things, and then I guess you see it everywhere. Everybody just like gives such a higher regard to it, and I think that's why it grew so much, and just nobody forgot about it. You know.
I mean, like, is it the fascination with European beauty standards type thing?
Clearly.
Like back in, I mean, not even back in the day. Right now, is it usually in the all Asian ones? Is it usually lighter skin wins the?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the recent wins, they're all either half white
Mm,
or something, or half something.
yeah.
Which is also just like, oh, really? Like, I mean, although I have no issues with that, I think beauty is relative, you know. But at the same time, if the pageants continue to like proliferate, that's where it becomes
Like
a little
toxic
tricky,
and-
because then all the other women strive to look that way, and they think they have to have that kind of skin tone, those lips, those eyes,
Mhm.
you know, and then that's where it gets fucked up for the mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I know beauty and pop culture shifted, right? And it's in our generation because, right, women now want to kind of be thicker because of like the J-Lo and the Kim Kardashians. But before it was like the Victoria's Secret, like super slender kind of body type.
Uh-huh.
Is there a shift in beauty perception in the pageant world, or has it always been one archetype of like this wins most of the time?
Oh, I don't think there's a shift. Maybe in other countries.
Okay.
But Philippine-wise, I think, not to like, you know, say anything negative about it, but I think they're just really like guarding that tradition of pageantry
Mm-hmm.
so well, you
Yeah.
know, with so many like real actual guards, you
Yeah.
know, protecting it. So I think it's that. So it's always going to be the archetypal one. It's always going to be also the one that somehow can give you the best answers about world peace.
Oh.
But you know, nothing too specific, of course. You
Right.
know? No step one for that. Just
Right.
you know.
You guys have any
Just the
questions? I've. Go ahead, jump
No,
in
go ahead.
whenever. Do they still do a talent portion?
Some pageants do.
Like,
Some
what's the craziest like talent portion thing you've seen?
I don't know, because I don't think I don't remember anybody doing anything crazy. It's
It's-
always
it's
just
like singers.
a ballad.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, a little dance here. You know, the dance is that this is my talent.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna like sway to the music, but not really dance. But
Coming next, Miss Philippines is gonna make you fish balls.
Yeah, but
Dude.
no one has done
Slang
that.
taho.
Slang
I would buy that.
Balot.
Sell it up.
Or even eat balot. Like, just do it. Just eat
This
30
is how you
minutes of
eat
music.
balot.
Yeah, she does two at once.
to the song Bebot.
And you have to show like eating that chick, like that feathery.
Oh, you gotta
thing.
dangle it.
Yeah.
You gotta dangle it up.
Yeah, Dre has a good experience eating those chicks.
Yep. No, what?
Huh?
You're gonna get me in trouble.
Well, salty.
Salty. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Do you guys? What are your experiences? Did you watch it growing up? Because you guys got all. You never watched it. Like, oh shit, our life experiences are different, assholes.
I spoke for both.
I know. What? You're not the real Filipino.
How dare you?
You toxic ass bitch.
How dare you not be a consumer
Just
of
kidding.
our culture?
I love you. Go ahead. Like, what's your experience with that?
Well, actually, it's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think my parents would watch it a lot, like Miss Universe and stuff, growing up on the TV in the 90s. But what really was kind of interesting is when I went to the Philippines, like I would say around 2009. Stop.
Okay, time out. Like, because I know people don't listen to every episode we put out. Every time EJ mentions the Philippines, it's always a specific age or year, right? It's like I've been to the Philippines when I was 5, 9, and 13.
It's all the
And
prime
20.
numbers.
Yep, that's my bit. But yeah, I went back and like our town, the town over there that my parents are from, they always have this binibining I think pageant where they have like people from different districts within their town, like I think 20 different districts, both a girl and a guy. They just each do like a pageant, and like they have like different even though the town is pretty small, they have different cultures from those subregions, and it's pretty interesting
Yeah.
to see what they do. Like they make they have like a little pandan like some pandan dresses,
Weaving, or
yeah,
like-
pandan
oh,
weaving
okay.
dresses and pandan almost like barong type of like stuff. It's pretty
interesting.
neat, and like my sister actually was competing in one. It was kind of interesting.
Did you really?
Yeah, shout out to her. No name.
No
You
name.
don't know who she is.
No name. Villamin.
No name. Is that my last name? I don't know.
We've said it a lot. On
Salty.
it's in your IG handle, you asshole.
But yeah, I think that's when I first was like, oh dang, like there's like a portion for for beauty, for talent, for the dress and swimsuits, and I'm like, dang, like this is crazy. It's interesting being a consumer. And
What
seeing that
is
background.
what is your favorite pageant?
Oh, Miss Universe.
Oh, all day, just like
All
the
day.
number one.
Yeah, like
Uh,
just show wise, you know, it's because you get into it because it's entertaining.
mm,
So I mean, not to mention it's so big within the gay community in the country. So automatically growing up, you just associate yourself to beauty pageants because
Mhm.
it's like the only way you feel like you can express yourself
I see.
without expressing yourself. You know?
Ah, I see. I get
So
it. I
it's
get
like,
it. It gets
okay.
home.
So I guess it's that. So that would be hands down my favorite. And I think that's why Filipinos love it too, is because of its high entertainment value.
Mm.
Because if you watch the other pageants, they're actually quite boring.
What
Which
are
one,
the
like
other
which
pageants?
ones?
like,
Like the
like,
local one?
Miss World is such a boring pageant. No offense to
Ooh.
anybody who does that. It's
Miss World, if you need someone to make it better,
just
hire
That's
us. We got you.
What makes it different between?
like Miss World. It's so weird. They come out in evening gowns already.
Mhm.
And then every year you don't know what to expect. Like there's a different portion. There's a year where they'll dance. There's a year where they'll sing. There's a year where it's like a game show where they're like there's like a leaderboard and there's like
Don't
points coming
get
in.
eliminated.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and you're
that's-
just like, what is going on? And then there's a winner, and you're like, so how did she win? Like what happened? So you just get
interesting.
lost into, and it's boring.
Yeah.
And then Miss International is another pageant, which is, you know, a lot of pageant fans love it.
Mhm.
That's like 6 hours long or something like that.
6 hours?
Because it's like every single candidate has to do like a swimwear portion and then like an evening gown portion. And sometimes they're like 80 girls. So, and they do every single one. And then they crown you from like every single one.
Dang.
Whoa,
So it's
I
like-
did not know that.
How would you fix the beauty pageant world? Like to make it the best possible
Highest
experience.
entertainment
Oh my
value.
Yeah.
goodness.
What's like the crazy idea?
Oh no, we're doing it in
Oh, yeah,
like,
we
a few
are, we
weeks,
are,
yeah.
right.
So that's the crazy idea.
Cool,
so
cool, cool.
that's what we're trying to do. But we can't get into detail. But it's just
No.
you know change things up. I think because I think it's fun. You know, no matter how many people trash it, I trash it a lot. But still, it's very for me. It's actually very Filipino more than it is anything else.
Mhm.
Like when you talk about pageants, you're like, it's very Filipino. Like
Yeah.
Right.
we love it. It's like we look forward to it. The girls who win become millionaires in a few weeks. You know, like that's
Dude.
how big it is.
All right, I have
That's it.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
It's okay.
Is it?
Go.
Watch. Well,
Get it
okay,
out.
hold on. Let me figure
Go.
it out. Man.
Don't stop.
Don't stop believing. We do. Fuck. Hold on. How am I gonna do this? Is there a way to like? Let's sell trading cards, but for beauty pageant contestants.
I don't know if there's enough overlap for the trading card community.
Dude, that was
No, but it's like
that was
photo
a thing
cards.
in the 90s.
Oh, was it?
It was
So
fire.
in I oh my god, here's the
'Cause it, like, no,
here's
'cause-
the fan that's gonna
Right,
come
right.
out.
No,
I'm
but
sorry,
the
like,
way you talk about it is like, oh, there's like stats, and then there's like, you know, talent and whatever it
Yeah.
is. But you sell like photo cards or like trading cards.
1994, the Philippines hosted Miss Universe.
Okay.
So I think I was it was really young then. But I remember there were trading cards. and then the gays
We
would
got a
go
f-
crazy
Oh, we
with the
got a
trading
fun-
cards.
I'm looking right now, guys. Hold
There were
on.
trading cards. I remember that year because it was so
Miss
big.
Universe.
Yeah, 1994. Because the Philippines hosted it, so it was so big, at least in the Philippines. And it was great. I remember that. We would see them everywhere randomly, like at the mall. And they're like doing tours. So it was so fun. But we had trading cards. I remember
Was
there
that
were
the only year they did it?
I think 1974, 1994, and then 2016.
Oh, okay. They had trading cards in 2016 as
No,
well?
no, no.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have that. But they did have that
Oh,
in the
those,
90s.
those are the years that were
Right.
hosted.
Yes.
At the initial thing.
Shopping.
Who won 2016?
I don't know.
Was it?
Honestly, because those latter years I really stopped watching
Okay,
it.
okay.
But not for anything. I just got bored because I was like,
Mm.
there's nothing different. It's every time it's this. So then it gets predictable. And I guess before it was great, but now with so many other options, why? I was like, oh, I'm gonna check. I can check who wins on Instagram because it's the same thing anyway. I don't need to see all the segments.
There are digital trading cards now
Now?
NFTs.
of Miss Universe.
What?
I mean, it's a
Uh,
big community. Like, there's still millions of people all over the world who watch it.
That's pretty neat.
So
So you want
we
to bring it back?
we shouldn't have trading cards because we can get those printed, and I'll sell them for $1 a piece.
Oh.
But who's
Around
gonna
the
buy?
world?
But who's gonna buy them for $1 a piece?
Jay's going to buy 10 of
Someone's
them.
gonna buy it.
Right.
Someone's gonna. I bet.
Really?
Someone's
Even
gonna
if we
buy
just
it.
like package them like mystery packs.
Okay, let's do that, and then let's do let's do all the queens that we can do,
I'm
and
down.
let's try it. Let's just sell it online.
I'm down.
And-
People are gonna buy.
Until we get a cease and desist, then I'll stop.
Energy
People are gonna
cards
buy
would be
that.
like swimsuits.
The energy.
crowns.
You have fucking Eclipse.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
heck
one-
yeah.
The Deceptor's +5.
Oh my
It's
God.
not a game. It's just you collect the card.
Oh, I thought that's what a trading card game was.
No.
No, trading cards,
but
not
like-
trading card game.
Oh my gosh. Never mind. Don't take that idea. I'm still working on
I'm
it.
still, we're
TC,
still working.
Not TCG.
Yeah,
Oh, TC. Got it.
yeah, but I think that'd be cool because like K-pop has their photo cards, right? And
That's
those are expensive now. But what if we did like a
That's interesting.
But do throwbacks. It has to be like, from like the most recent up to like really long ago, because you need the nostalgia.
okay? So who are the standout like OG? Like when you think beauty pageant as a fan, you're like, who are the icons of that world?
Like recent one.
No, just like ever. Like who's the Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
For
question.
like lack of a better term, trying to
Yeah.
think of something better than a Mount Rushmore.
Ooh,
but-
no, I gotta think about that.
Okay. Okay. Well, who's your
That's-
who's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling?
Oh my God, my Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling. I've never thought about it. Who's yours?
Oh,
oh,
Shawn
Robert.
Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, and
The Hurricane.
who?
The Hurricane.
Huracan.
No,
Hurricane
no,
Helms. Shane.
no, hell no.
Okay, that's just
Um,
Mount
and probably Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, Eddie
I
Guerrero.
would probably do Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, The Rock.
Fuck, I forgot The Rock.
Why would you forget The Rock?
Sorry, Oos.
Alright.
Oos.
And one more, I guess. The Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
How about Mount Rushmore of tag teams?
Tag team.
So just two tag.
I know, I was
Just
like,
four
no.
spots.
Right.
Dude, it's definitely too cool.
Too cool.
Oh, too cool.
Why are you picking all the Chaka ones?
It's too cool with Rikishi. Come on.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, that's a
Rikishi.
trio.
No, that's a tag team.
Rikishi's the whole mountain already.
Dude, I forgot about Rikishi.
Rikishi's so cool. Yo, the Usos are definitely on the tag team Rushmore.
Oh, Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom's good.
Legion of Doom.
Hardy Boys.
I love
Yo,
them.
Yes.
I like the Hardy Boys a lot.
That whole.
They
Hardy
were so
Boys.
cool.
Legion of Doom.
The
I-
Rock and Sock connection.
You like those like makeshift?
I love those.
That was so
The
good.
Undertaker
Oh.
and
The
Kane,
gimmick-
Brothers
the-
of
the-
Destruction.
Brothers of Destruction
The
was
New Age
insane.
Outlaws.
Yeah, New Age Outlaws is.
So good.
They're in the Hall
They
of
were so
Fame.
good.
Yeah, or the APA.
Yeah, the APA, Acolytes Protection.
Oh, the Dudleys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Dudleys back then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a cool link up. Beauty pageants and wrestling.
It's the same.
It's the same thing, right?
It's the same thing.
It's both
It's like-
pageantry.
And then and Drag Race is in the same like
It's
league.
yeah.
all
One
the
of my
same
friends
shit.
was texting me. She was like, because WrestleMania was happening, and I think her boyfriend was watching WrestleMania, and she goes, "I'm watching WrestleMania." She's like, "It's like drag, pero sapa ka." And I was
Where's the
like,
line,
"Yep."
though?
Yeah. No, it's real.
So I'm like, it's in the same. It's a pageantry of it all,
Right.
Mhm.
which is fun, and it's very Filipino at its core. Like entertainment has to be big.
Oh,
and
yeah.
loud.
true.
We want the
and, like,
flash. We want the gimmick.
Yeah, like
Right.
give me all the
Yo,
glitter.
like the whole time, the WrestleMania night one, the Usos, I was like, man, who did their costumes? Because they're like so dope. Because it was like white pants, but they were like pleated, and I think they had the like tribal things engraved in it. And I'm like,
That's
yo,
cool.
that's fucking.
And they've
cool.
gone so far because now they wear costumes. Remember the Attitude Era? They were just in sando.
Yeah.
They'd come in and like beat you up.
Yeah.
Like, wow, parang uncle sa kando comes in.
Dude,
Diba?
Sando and skirt combo.
Right.
That's the new tag team, bro. That's our tag team.
Oh, okay.
Sando and skirt.
Sando and skirts.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh.
Diba? At least now it's like, yan, costume naman, guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
a
Right.
little
Right.
premium to your event.
Right.
dope.
Now they're, I mean, like, they're not doing the haka anymore, which is very, like, we get it, guys. You're from the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So pageants. Back to, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, like, even the beginning of the women's wrestling era was basically beauty pageantry,
Yeah.
right? They had the swimsuit. They had the evening. They rolled in evening gowns a lot.
Oh my! I
Yeah.
remember those days.
Which was
Evening
insane.
gown matches.
Yeah, and I'm
Those
like,
were
LeBron
crazy.
James
What?
matches.
I
What?
know.
Like they had to. I thought you guys were talking about the same thing.
Go say again. Say again.
That like you
Go.
know.
Say again. What do you going
Ah,
to say?
LeBron James
Welcome to EJ,
Yeah,
our
those were crazy.
resident bustos.
So like I remember watching that as a kid. I remember it was Sable versus Jacqueline,
Wow. those-
and then
Oh, nip slip.
Sable had really big
Yeah.
boobs.
Yeah.
Like it was huge. And I think I was young. I remember my mom was like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "You really don't have to worry about anything. This isn't turning me on." But I'm just like, wow. And it was funny that we were allowed to watch that, and it was so crass.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
god.
Dude,
bad.
it's true.
It was very bad.
And then we were watching. Oh, nice power bomb. Oh.
Oh, man.
So what are the differences between the kind of pageant era, the pageant scene in the Philippines versus here?
Oh, it's very different. I wasn't surprised because, like, you know, when you see the production values of the American pageants, it was getting, like, you know, they were losing TV deals and they were always talking about, you know, floundering ratings. So I wasn't really surprised, but it was the complete opposite in the Philippines. Like, it started gaining momentum again, you know, because it was always popular. And then around the 90s, it sort of died down because our women weren't making the cut. But that was before all these pageants realized that their biggest fan base
The
was the
Filipinos.
Philippines. So once they found out, I mean, our girls were just making it. I mean, I'm not saying just because of that, you know, they work their butts off,
Yeah.
you know, to perform really well. I mean, it takes a lot of courage. So they made it, and yeah, it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You would see them everywhere. Billboards, all the events, their social media followings are like in the double digits, in the millions.
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
I have over 90 also.
Me too. I could be
So
one.
I
it's
have
like-
94. Okay.
The best way it's like you're like, oh, wow, these are like actual. I mean, and if you're gonna compare kung following lang and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I mean, diba, that's something you can be like. You can, I guess, show off and be like,
Right.
Get me,
If-
get
like,
me to
like,
work. Yeah.
like if I'm not saying this is how it is, but if I'm the owner of a brand sponsoring a pageant, I'm gonna want the most popular person on
Yes.
social media to be the winner, because it's like, who's gonna, you know, I want their followers to buy my shit. I want their followers to support my company, right?
Right.
So I don't know how the inner workings of all that shit works. Because we're far out from production and I haven't learned a bunch of that stuff yet. But if I was like I mean, you can see how things can be manipulated, but that's like everything, right? That's any marketing thing,
Right.
right? If we had, I mean, that's why we don't got no sponsors. Cause
You're trying
Yeah,
to
Spotify-
We're only in
Spotify.
double digits.
oh, excuse me, hold on. We made
14.
90 cents.
Nectar,
Oh, you
please.
did.
No,
That's right.
I don't know. I have to double check. But we just
We're
recently,
Asian, too.
we just like okay, so we've any amount of growth this podcast has, we're so like proud of it,
Right.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is hella dope. But we recently got to do ad reads
Uh-huh.
and monetize,
Uh-huh.
and we made $1.78.
Oh, we did.
Dang, one more
Hey.
dollar?
Oh my goodness.
Dude. So we're
What's a zero?
All right, double it. And pass
no
it to
right
the
here
next person.
pending.
Oh,
Big
fancy.
I just have to connect the card,
We can buy one candy bar.
dude, or we can gamble that shit.
Yeah.
Can
Put it
that still
on
afford
green.
a candy bar now? Parang no na.
$1.78?
Diba?
Isang,
Like,
isang polvoron.
inflation
Yeah.
is crazy.
I will eat Polvoron.
Depends on what neighborhood you go to.
No,
Dude.
but good that you mentioned that. You know why? Because it connects to the Filipino clickbaiting.
Mhm.
Oh.
That's how I see it. Because imagine all the pageants that started. So they were just like, I remember growing up, there was just like 3. And then now there's like Miss Planet, Miss whatever. Like,
Captain.
like the
Yeah.
knockoffs?
yeah, like whatever pageant
Yeah.
they can think of.
Dude.
And it's everywhere. And the
So you-
Philippines always does well.
How do you okay? I have an idea.
I also have a question, but go ahead. Do your,
Thank-
idea.
do your question
No, I
first.
think my question will be later.
Your question supersedes my
Wait,
idea.
I also have like a random question too.
Go ahead.
Like you know the queer community in like the Bundok where they've done the pageantry, like the ornate dresses but with like branches.
Yes.
Is there a pageant for that
No.
for them? Oh.
But
That'd be cool.
imagine like how people get
Like
into
the-
it,
yeah,
that they
the
create
ingenuity. Right.
content
Yeah.
that's based on pageantry and it goes viral
Right.
because it's usually the queers, you know, and it's usually really great content.
Yeah.
Diba?
It's like they're killing it like shot for shot.
Yeah,
Just,
diba?
like-
As in, this
all of it,
choreographed
yeah.
talaga to the T.
Mhm.
So it's like super cool. But yun, so a lot of the pageants make the Philippines place or like, you know, host it in the Philippines or something. So you're looking at it and you're like, you're totally cashing in on
Oh,
this.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like, kasi ang dami na ata. Before we just had like one pageant in the Philippines. Now it's like 5 or 6 national pageants.
Dang.
Like,
Sobrang Pinoy Baiting.
so, Brian, you're like, what?
For more on
And they're
Pinoy
all, like,
Baiting,
sponsored by, like,
that's
big
next
brands,
episode.
or-
In the Philippines, surprisingly, I'm sorry, not surprisingly, but yeah, in the Philippines, like here, kasi we're like pageant wise, we're poor. Like our production, we're like, admittedly, we're like, where do we get the money? But if you were like doing a pageant in Manila, siguro you're looking at really big budget.
Funded? Is it
And, like,
supported by the government? Like funded by the government? No.
Some pageants, like yung like the pageant that you were talking about, where they were doing the pandan stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that's government funded.
yeah.
But it's like the barangay or like
Mhm.
the mayor or something like that. So like there's a lot of support for it.
Dude.
So dito kasi wala, we're poor here. We're like begging girls to join.
Yeah. So if you have what it takes to be a pageantress, email pandesoul at gmail.com. But first buy a shirt. When we release a shirt.
Everything's in the wrong order.
Okay, you had your question?
Oh yeah. So is there like a pageants for like moms?
Like,
You're hella Filipino. You said, is there a pageants for...
Is there a pageant?
Yeah, like I think I remember there used to be like a Mrs. World
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
yeah.
Does that not happen anymore?
It does, but it depends. Like it's. I mean, not many people are interested.
Uh-huh.
But that's actually here in America is where they have like junior Miss, teen Miss, Mrs. whatever, like a lot. But I guess it's in a certain region lang, and
Oh yeah.
they don't care about the Miss Universe or the Miss World. They just they're happy there. Like that's their own world. So
Oh, what about like one for moms?
Miss
Like,
over 40.
yeah, like I have a kid. Like I'm sure there's like a niche there.
You're fighting the good fight over there.
Just
Yeah.
trying.
but there's a pageant for everybody.
Okay.
Like that I believe.
I'm gonna look
Okay,
it up.
let's
I'll
do a
look it up.
one-round draft.
Oh my
One
god.
round draft.
Draft time.
Obscure pageants. If you were to make a pageant to like very niche down, what would be the most obscurest idea you have?
Jeez, go you start. It's your idea.
Pageants for. Oh, now I gotta rethink it because I want the name to be a pun. Come back to me.
Okay, we'll come back to it
Yeah.
later on.
Okay, that's the end of the episode draft, guys. But we never finish drafts.
We do.
We
didn't
do.
start
We
that one.
we I know we didn't even start. That's I think why I didn't gravitate towards pageants ever in my life, because then I was like, oh, there's like a teen one and a child one, and I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
in
true.
Yeah.
in my head, I just like bundled them all up into like one universe.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, oh, I'm okay, you know.
But it is one universe.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're just there. You know, but again, it's fun. If you're in the Philippines, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Diba?
kasi nga
It's more fun in the Philippines.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
because it's super like in our culture. It's super. You know what? I mean, hello. You remember pageants because of your parents.
Yeah.
So but it's passed on. That's how like traditional it can get.
Yeah.
The only way you'll watch it is through your parents.
There's so much shit tied towards the interest in beauty pageants, though, because like I know from my parents, not even just my parents, my family, myself, even any industry where there's a Filipino, I'm like, oh shit, there's a Filipino here,
Yeah.
you know, because that was like the bubble I had to live through. Now it's more like, there's another Filipino in this thing, or like, how many fucking America's Best, you know, whatever.
That's true. My uncle, at one point in like the late 2000s, he found these like YouTube compilation videos of like Filipinos in media, and like he would just watch it over and over. And then I'd be sitting at the kitchen table. It's like, oh, Paul, you know the guitarist for Metallica? I'm like, Kirk Hammett? Yeah, he's Filipino. I'm like, oh. Just dropping,
Was
like,
he?
Yeah, Kirk Hammett's
Like
Filipino.
dropping straight knowledge
Like,
in Jeopardy.
I'm like, thank you, I appreciate it.
I
Just like so excited but unprompted.
I want to
Like,
change
oh,
the draft
thank you.
now.
That's why it's called a draft.
Obscure people you didn't know were Filipino.
No, that's true. No,
Me.
and that's so Filipino. That's
Right.
like, oh, may Filipino sa ganyan, and you have to watch. And I'm like, no,
Right.
I don't really have to watch.
Like
Right.
that one girl from Fifth Harmony. She's like half Filipino.
Is she a fifth?
She's the fourth Harmony.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But I'm just like, and you know, like,
But if one Filipino does something bad, everyone's like, duh, you
dude, that's my
Man.
shit. When Pacquiao lost his matches,
Yeah.
I'm like, man, this Cambodian guy needs to train some. Like this Vietnamese dude needs to fight harder.
I'm just like, okay, guys. And I think Miss Universe is that because they're like, oh, we won over all these countries, and you're like, yeah, most of them were like,
How many Filipinos are in pageants not representing the Philippines?
what?
Oh.
Like who they're
Like the
represent- okay,
sash
but
doesn't say Philippines on it,
They're
right?
ethnically Filipino.
a lot of them. Oh, a lot. Like in a year, you'll have like Miss Germany, Miss Philippines, and like some other Miss is Filipino.
Weren't like a couple of the American
Yeah.
ones?
Like the Miss Universe now, she's half Filipino.
And she was from the U.S. though.
And yeah, but
She repped the
Philippines is like,
US.
no, that's ours, and I'm like, no, that's not ours.
You-
like,
yeah. You didn't sponsor her. Like,
Right.
yeah.
But I guess again it goes back to the baiting. Kasi nga, if they have winners from the Philippines, they get more more chatter online,
Right.
Yeah.
especially because we're the most like people
Into it?
online. Like
Oh,
we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
there and
Oh,
we're
yeah, that's
commenting
true.
like. But there's like a whole industry actually in the Philippines. There's a sash industry. There's so many people who create pageant
Specifically
sashes.
for
That's their business. Specifically, they make pageant crowns. That's their business.
let's
They're really
let's
good
get
at
into
it, too.
the
And
pageants.
I think it's the best one. I mean, because now working on this pageant, you know, I'm seeing all the other options,
Did we
and
order
I'm like,
from them?
hindi. I have to go to like the Philippines.
Okay,
for,
cool,
like,
good,
sash
good.
and stuff. Cause like,
Support
it's so
small
much better.
business and large ones from back home.
Right.
Yeah, because it's so much better. Like ang layo nung quality.
The crown we got was also from the Philippines, right?
No, that was from here, but that was cute.
Just say. Just say I was from the Philippines. All the shoes we bought were from the Philippines also, right? Just say yes. No. Yeah, the crown is crazy. I like the crown. Yes, the sashes. What other like things for pageants are from the Philippines?
Like even like our
Contestants, you know,
wala kaming
Viewers.
contestant ngayon. I don't know why.
in ours.
Yeah, but we have no Filipino. I'm like, why? Like, but I guess I don't know. Maybe they're not they're
Surprise
super
guest.
Um, But yeah, no. What was the question?
What else is from the Philippines in the pageant?
Oh,
Like product wise,
from
or
us,
yeah,
like
source.
our editors,
Our labor.
our editors, our social media.
Hey, we're paying them good.
Oh,
Yeah.
OFW.
We're paying them good. No, they're still there.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
Just-
VA.
Yeah, VA. They're still good. Shout out to the team from the Philippines.
Yeah.
They're getting. Never mind.
So actually, everyone, even us, we're all Filipino in
Yeah.
production here. So
By way of Carson.
yeah.
Yeah, like who are the who? Okay, so Filipinos in beauty pageants. Who are the like top ones currently, or like the like worthy of mention right now?
Of course, yung mga Miss Universe, you have Pia and Catriona. I think those are like, for me, yan, those two are like Mount Rushmore for me, no question.
I saw a video of Pia rolling lumpia one time, and she mentioned something about Final Fantasy or something like that, and I'm like, oh, there's my wife.
Damn, that's double. Lumpia and Final Fantasy?
That's date night.
Dang, yeah.
But yeah, diba? Pia.
yeah, she's the final Fantasy.
She's the final lumpia.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now those are okay. I used to have this fucking talk show on Kumu, right? And like for lack of a better term, it was cute, right? Like we tried
was?
pretty hard. So I would do a monologue, but there was a fucking story about a beauty pageant contestant where she was wearing the flag backwards or something. And like her response was just like, okay. Do you remember that? Or do you know who
No.
that was?
No.
Fuck, who was that? It was bad. She took a photo with the flag and it was like backwards, but she was like fucking like this.
Yes to all.
But
Yeah.
it's fashion.
Is it? She was just
Why?
holding the flag. I mean, we get dinked for this all the time.
Right.
but-
Yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Apparently it's backwards.
No. Really?
It's just upside down.
It's just
Sideways.
sideways.
Everything.
Okay. Like, it's a thing.
Well, because they said the blue's on the left, right?
But the blue's on the right in the video.
I guess it can be wherever you want it to be. Depends where you're standing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See,
People.
jerks on the comments.
Stand somewhere else.
Also, comment more. We're trying to make you mad, so you more engagement,
Can
please.
give us a donation and I'll flip the flag.
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because all the like hate shit we get online,
Uh-huh.
it's out of such a dumb, ignorant place of like, oh, you have nothing else to say, right? And some guy was like, oh no, this was a magic video I put up, and some guy was like, oh, this is stupid. It's not really magic, and I go, oh shit, watch it again, you'll find it.
Nice.
Trying to play chess out here, man.
Right.
I see you guys get hate comments. That's good. Means you made it.
Yeah, no, it's
We're getting there.
that's the whole thing of like our shit isn't supposed to make everyone happy,
Uh-huh.
right? If we piss a few people off, then I feel like we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Because the way the world is now, it's not.
They're so hateful. People
Yeah.
are so
Right.
hateful. So it's like if you get hate, you're like, okay, we're making it.
Is the pageant community
Oh, the worst.
really? They're
I
not
mean,
like
sorry,
super
no
supportive?
offense to anybody in the pageant community.
Especially the ones we're gonna hire to do so.
No, that was one of the reasons I stopped. I just felt so bad for the women. 'Cause, you know, everyone's so mean. From
Yeah.
like the hairstyle to like the mole in between the eyes or something like that. People find those things.
But
and
that's
they're
from God. You
like,
can.
and I'm just like,
Right.
you guys are assholes. Like,
Yeah.
these people are so brave. They're coming out there. They're presenting themselves to the world. They know they'll get criticized, but you don't have to do it. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to be
Right.
the one to like call
Yeah.
out something negative. So, it's probably one of the worst.
I feel like because I'm in like this universe now, dipping my toes in, I feel like Filipinos especially, they'll find everything they don't like about you from the jump.
Yeah.
But they won't tell you until you've wronged them, and they have all this like
Oh, all the
backloaded
ammo?
shit,
Yeah.
dude. Do you think that's true? That's true, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, and it's
And it comes out in the comments too. They'll be like, last year, yung itsura mo, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, grabe.
Dig.
but
And
it's
this
fucked
year,
up.
ganun pa rin, blah,
Right.
blah,
Right,
blah.
like just act with kindness. I mean, like obviously some people, not everyone's gonna be nice, right? Like
Yeah.
in terms of pageant contestants, do you feel like there's what kind of gamesmanship
Like to
are
each
there
other.
to each other into like
Oh,
production and
It's like it gets nasty.
like what? Okay, now we're in.
Yeah.
Now we're in. What's the
Yeah,
like
I mean, 'cause
things?
it's the Philippines. So if you were probably here, I think the level of competition is still high, but it's different because in the Philippines, every single thing matters. Like if somebody's tanning, she's be like, "Well, I'll be tanner." Like, and there's like, and they don't even have a rift. It's just
Full House?
instinct that will be like, I'll tan myself more or something like that. Or everyone's really checking up on what you're doing, what you're posting.
But aren't you not supposed to tan because of the like beauty standard there?
There are some women who look much better.
Oh, and they like play the morena.
Because sometimes they like the you have white features, but because you're morena.
Oh, I see.
But because you tanned.
Yeah.
So you're actually a little orange,
Yeah.
not morena.
You're kind of bronze.
So whatever.
Right.
But
Bronze Supra.
it gets really tough, and that some girls would like put needles on evening gowns so that would catch you off guard.
Wait,
Like-
so what does the needle
wait.
do?
Like it
Oh, it
pricks
just
you
pricks you.
while you're walking.
Oh,
Like it's
fucked
intense
up.
like that. Yeah,
Oh, that's smart.
That's mean.
That's mean.
it's mean. The girls get mean. Yeah.
But like, okay, so in terms of acting towards production, is there like a very
You're
No,
just
they're
trying to see
always-
if they're gonna like treat you bad.
Yeah, I'm like,
no,
oh,
they'll
should
be
I
the
unload my
nicest to
ammo?
you.
Who's this
Huh?
guy? Jim?
They'll be the nicest to you. That's what I noticed. They're the nicest to everyone for that week.
Uh-huh.
Like you can't do anything wrong. Even if you do something wrong, they're like, no, it's fine.
Oh, dude, that's
know?
like Tinder where they like talk to you and then like ghost you right after.
And then immediately,
that?
right after the pageant, like once you leave the venue, it's like they don't know you.
Yeah.
A lot of them. they're
Until
just
next
like-
year and you want to get
And
back
then they're
on.
joining again. Then they'll start calling you a month before. They'll be like, "When's the pageant
I
happening?" And I'm
see.
like, "You guys think you're getting away with it,
that
but
is
like
like
we
Tinder.
all know, and we all warn our groups. We're like, they're gonna
Mm.
be really nice to you this week."
Yeah, I've been warned already.
Yeah.
But still, like because of who I am, just seeking out.
Yeah.
Like just let's do it.
So like
Listen to
super
me, guys.
suplada, pretty much.
Not
masungit?
super nice. I mean, during the pageants,
Uh-huh.
super
Or
nice.
after.
After it depends. There's some who still keep the relationship, but a lot of them are like, yeah, I'm saying it. A lot of them are like, bye, like we don't know you, especially if like they don't do well.
Is it because of the age range of usual pageant contestants, or like, because hungry in the industry is important, right? A lot of us are in.
Hungry in any industry.
Right,
and
but
every day.
especially
So-
yeah, but like in entertainment, it's more like cutthroat, right?
Oh yeah.
The image of it is more cutthroat unless you have you find a good community, blah blah blah, right? But the execution of the hustle is very different by age. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Is that crazy?
Are you trying to ask if it's like a generational thing, like different generations?
Not
of-
generational,
the
but
more
like
experience you have.
age wise, right? Like
Just
the more
the life phase.
yeah. So like if you're in your early 20s or in your teens even, you're approaching it in a very like dog eat dog, I'm going to break you down to be better, but then later in
No.
life you learn
I
like
get it, but no, I think it's the industry as a whole.
it's the pageant industry as
Because
a whole.
no matter
like-
what age they are, they're like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
And then they grow up to be the directors of the pageant and stuff, and then they still,
And then
pass
they-
on the same culture.
Ah.
Where if they don't need you, why be nice? It's really like that actually. I'm quite surprised. I was telling the pageant group, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I've never met so many characters that are so similar, that are all narcissistic in their own way.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like,
Right.
this is crazy. But you learn to get what you want by just showering them with compliments. You're so pretty today. They'll do anything for you after that.
That's noted.
Yeah.
Golden showers.
Because that's how like they don't see how narcissistic it is.
Noted.
You get a lot with compliments.
Oh. I can be a very bad person really fast.
Oh, please don't.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, right.
Like not out loud.
Probably.
No, I'm chill. I mean, it's because to me, it's like it's work,
Mhm,
right? Because
yeah.
I have no like past interest in it, and I'm still learning the world. right? So it's not like, oh, this should be. I have no inclinations of how things should be in terms of pageantry. I just know production and show running, where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this should be like this because of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
And to be fair to them, I don't think they're bad people.
No,
I think
no.
you said it also. It's just work for them.
Yeah, and
So they're there for that week, so they're working. So
Mhm.
it's not like they're assholes after because they're not
Right.
talking to you. But I think it's just that's how much work it is already.
Mhm.
That they're like, okay, I was nice to you for an entire week, and I don't need to talk to you for another year.
Right.
Yeah.
So I ain't because your work, you know.
For sure, and it's like gambling for them, right? Because like some of them don't walk away with anything other than
Yeah. Oh, and they spend a lot, especially here. Like
Mhm.
women spend $5,000 to $10,000 for one like something. It's not even the whole pageant experience. It's just like one part of that pageant experience.
one nose job.
What? That's
They
crazy.
spend thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
Well, maybe be nicer to everyone. No. uh,
Y'all need sponsors?
yeah.
Some of them do, yeah. I think
Yeah.
some of them like it's a thing. Like they have to, but here, because in the Philippines, even in the Philippines, they like try to find sponsors for like their beauty treatments. or their
how
dresses.
integrated is like the dark side of the industry to those sponsorships?
It is. I think it is very integrated, but I wouldn't say it concerns the women who win. The women who do well, I think they're safe because they become public personalities. So it's not like you can
yeah.
prey on them because they're
They're protected already by
yeah.
the.
It's those who don't do well because then
Oh, that's
you
fucked up.
remember that these people, the reason they join a pageant is because they want the validation, and then they don't get it.
Dude.
And it devastates them, so they're more vulnerable, and that's when the predators start coming in.
Mhm.
And those are the ones who you don't document because the pageant is done. They're no longer
They're not-
stars
they're
because
not
the
in the
pageant's
spotlight
done. Yeah,
anymore.
so then you don't know what happens to them. That's for me is like what sucks about it.
Mm.
And you can't blame them because some of them join because they need the prize money and they need the job and they need what the perks that come with it.
They need the lifestyle. They need the, the.
Or it's a
hope of-
dream, it's like I just want
Right.
to be an actress, so this is the quickest way.
Yeah. It's like
Which, to be
American
fair,
Idol,
is,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is for them. So that's what sucks about it because it's the ones who don't do well, or the ones who come from really poor families. They're the ones who are taken advantage of, and we don't know the story.
Dang, that sucks. Do you have any other questions to wrap up?
No, that was just all very interesting.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
right? Would you? What was the draft thing? Oh, obscure beauty pageant. Go.
Oh, what is the? Wait, so what was the question?
It's the
round-
winner is
round
based off
one.
of
the what weirdest thing, or like even the contestants are all made up of like one specific niche of people.
Yeah. So this one is the contestant is based on the person who could quote the most Fast and Furious quotes from all the movies, including Hobbs and Shaw and The Spy Racers on Netflix.
The Spy Racers?
Yeah, you didn't watch that?
No.
Dude, it was like top tier TV. Just telling you.
Okay.
It was terrible. Don't watch it. No, it was good.
bruh.
Which one was it, bro?
Watch it and find out.
Yeah, just find out for yourself.
Okay. Go. Pick.
I don't know. The only.
Oh, I got one.
Okay, you go then.
Okay. We're gonna do a beauty pageant,
Okay.
but all the judges are blind,
What?
and they get described the beauty pageant by the three of us.
Dude.
We do the commentating, and
Mm.
we should do that as content. I mean, not with like a blind person. Like, you'll be the judge of who wins, but we describe the beauty pageant to you.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
like all
Okay.
the like.
Yeah, I
each-
think that'd be cool. Wouldn't that be
That'd be
fun?
fun.
Because I
Yeah.
haven't seen any of like the newest ones, so it will be fun. Because
Yeah,
I have
Yeah,
no
like
idea.
Oh,
we
there's this
descri-
girl.
Each like segment of the pageant
Okay.
we describe to
There
you.
she goes.
There.
There she goes again.
The dress is
He's-
red.
You start saying Justice
Walking
Red
to the left.
Yeah.
again.
Oh, she waved at me.
This
I'm
one
waving
has
back.
leg and sparkle. Just one.
I think it's a sequin.
Yeah.
She looks like a lumpia.
It's kind of shiny.
A sequin gown.
She looks like a lumpia.
It's just one sequin. Dude.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
I think that'd be cool content. But here's the thing. We're going to add another layer just because, like, I don't want to be fucked up on the internet. You can't comment on her physical looks.
Yeah, I think people shouldn't actually. You know, I mean, it's
Yeah.
funny, it's a pageant, but I don't know.
No, but the whole thing is we describe them as what we assume
how
their
you see it.
personality is.
Oh, yeah.
But let's do the Filipino ones. Parang crazy. I love the introduction.
Yeah.
So when they scream,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck? Like, who you fighting?
She looks like she doesn't tuck in the edges when she roasts lumpia. Oh, like that.
So they're the really mad ones. So we have to do the Filipino pageant.
I'm down.
They're
Yeah.
more fun.
That'd just be like one monster piece of content. That'd be fun
Yeah, that'd be fun.
to do.
Let's do that.
Okay. Do you have a obscure, like, what would be crazy for a beauty pageant?
I don't know, because there are so many already also. But there's like,
Because you know actual ones. That's not fair.
I know.
I know.
Just
That's
like,
cheating.
there's just like weird pageants. Just, I mean, remember we were talking about this, Dre, yung like the history of pageantry was from the circus.
Yeah.
So together with like best pig, best frog, no, and then you have best woman.
like
Ganon.
In all
kasama
fairness,
nila yung-
in all fairness, I would be more interested to watch Best Pig.
and it was like that, and then the women were there. But then, unfortunately, of course, the women that they were having join weren't the most pretty ones in the town. Kasi nga, hello, who would want to be next to a
Right.
farm animal, you know?
Yeah,
So,
a horse.
but that's how it was. I'm like, I'm sure. Diba best bearded lady? Mga
Oh,
ganun.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that...
Best bearded
Best
lady.
bearded ladies.
Is that me?
I'll put my hair down.
Is that me and handsome?
Yeah.
so
Dude.
it's like, it's so bad. Like, so it started obscure as it is.
Right.
What if it was Best Girl and Pig? They gotta pick one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like a tag
Oh,
team.
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
tag
yeah.
team, diba?
The Miss Best Watermelon. Pick the best pack one. The
Dude.
sweetest
The
one.
Miss and Piggy pageant.
Oh, there you go.
Hello.
Miss and Piggy.
Miss
Ooh.
Piggy.
Dude, see, like pageants. If you need ideas, we got it. Best in Pandesal.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh. We still gotta do that.
I know. Hey,
That's
we have a theory. Okay. And the reason our podcast is called this because we couldn't think of anything else at the time. But
That's not true.
That's not true.
we
Paid
firmly
money for
believe.
this name.
Yeah, I know. I did. We firmly believe Pandesal is the best bread in the world, right? And you can replace any dish that has bread in it with Pandesal, and it would be fire.
ST.
Any sandwich.
Like if
You
you
can
had
even
like.
replace pizza.
Oh shit! No, but we're
Pizza
thinking like
pandesal.
we're like, oh fuck.
Wait. I need to take a breather.
You need a cigarette? There she goes.
But it's like the sauce, the like banana ketchup sauce, and then
Or you
the
can
mozzarella
use, like,
cheese.
pizza sauce. You try how you haven't tried
No.
that? Oh my
No.
god, you're
That's
in
why I
for
have
a
to take a-
treat. Yeah.
Dude,
You just like normal pizza but use pandesal.
I feel like I would do that.
Yeah.
Like, not even. I
do
feel like
that-
that
I'm
would
gonna
be a
do that
normal
this week.
broke dude move.
Yeah, that's a birthday
Yeah.
move.
But like, I would just do it. Like, I would buy this stuff for it.
Right.
Or just a no grocery
Like,
big move.
like pancit sandwich.
Yeah.
Or like you replace like the In-N-Out bun from a burger
No,
with pandesal.
I know what you mean because I grew
Dude.
up in the Philippines, so elementary and high school, we all had versions of pandesal.
Right.
And so all these different. So I'm like, I agree with you.
So
It can be
good.
like your burger bun. It could be your pizza
Oh my
dough.
God.
Like
Dude.
it
Yeah.
could be like you can enjoy it with butter or whatever. Like you can enjoy it with anything. Hot dog even.
Yeah.
Like I think they would.
Dog sandwich.
Hot
and
dog
what they would
sandwich.
do is like they would have the pandesal, but they would half the hot dog and then like
Long ways.
butterfly
long
cut
ways.
it.
Yeah.
So it's like flat, and then
Yeah.
it's in your pandesal with cheese whiz.
Yeah.
Dang.
And like,
Wow.
you're
Yeah.
good.
And then
By the
dessert.
way, Dollar Hits sells hot dog.
I know. Yeah.
It's so good.
Is it good?
the hot
Kasi
dog.
it's not the hot dog that I know that's good.
What do you
It's the red
mean?
one.
Yeah, but it's not like the good red
Oh.
one.
It's
Oh.
not in the
He's like,
Philippines,
what do
yeah.
you mean?
What-
What am I
Wait.
missing
The
out
all
on?
red ones are good.
You mean there's a better red one?
Oh, there's the best one.
Pure
I haven't
Foods.
found it here.
Because
Yeah,
it's in the Philippines. It's
Yeah.
the
Okay.
nostalgia
Pure Foods?
factor.
Yeah, the pure foods one.
They have beer.
It's the nostalgia factor.
But it's not so pure.
It's not so pure, and it's like not as red. Like that's an issue for me.
It needs to be. It needs to be like
I
that.
see.
Right?
Yeah, it has to be like, oh, yeah, exactly that.
Crimson.
Yeah.
Crimson dog.
That's
Damn.
it's a superhero.
Dude. We should make... That'd be a cool contest in a beauty pageant.
Hot dog
you
sandwich?
mean?
No, we have all the kinds of bread and all the palaman, and they just gotta make a sandwich.
Dude, no, hold on.
Whose
That sounds
sandwich is
terrible.
dopest? Or even in the men's section.
think that's
Make
more
a fucking
MasterChef
sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have all these
That's
women
a
who's
game
gonna-
show.
No, it's not. It's not the execution of the sandwich. It's the
Pageantry?
psychology of the choices you make.
That's MasterChef.
No, it's not, because
Yeah.
you don't have to cook anything. You know what I
Just
mean?
having women
it's
make
Okay,
a
let's-
sandwich
let's-
is
let's-
it's not,
terrible.
it's not just the sandwich. What? No, never mind.
let's end the episode.
gonna get
Let's
worse.
call it.
It's
Let's call
gonna
it.
get
Yeah,
worse.
it's gonna get worse.
I didn't mean it like that.
It's okay, he didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I believe him.
Anyway, that was a cool episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a dude. I'm just thinking of like a redder hot dog. What?
Yeah.
I just want
I
that.
gotta find one of
I need
those.
that in my life, dude. But yo, thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode of the Pandesoul podcast. Please catch this and previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube. We're also on social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube Shorts, all those things. But you always touch each other when I do outros.
Why do you keep watching that?
I feel lonely. But until next time, we're your hosts, the Dre Magics,
EJ Villamy.
Fictitious professor.
and our special guest, Anil Ratanchandani.
Now, Ratanchandani.
Ratanchandani.
Sorry. One more time.
Ratanchandani.
Ratanchandani.
There you go.
There you go.
Ratanchandani.
I'm trying my best out here. But until next time, of course.
Don't forget your baon.
Peace.
O sige na, Pandis.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube.
Thanks for laughing, and join us next week because there's enough Pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!